Here you can see this is what the one of the another way to represent the information. So that was during the Pangaea. Here now you will see that we have a 250 million years ago. I told you we have almost 225 million years ago. Then respective rest of the time period would be accordingly. So here you can see we have a Eurasia, you have a North America, Africa, South America, India, Antarctica, Australia, and they are actually jointly connected together, forming a supercontinent. Pangaea split was there. As a result of this, we have a Laurasia comprised of Eurasia and North America and Gondwanaland. I hope you have a clarity regarding the South America, Africa, India, Antarctica, Australia. Then we have Madagascar, Falkland, like that. So these land masses were there. These land masses resulted into the formation of modern day distributed continent. So now if you want to ask me in this way that whether it will remain forever, no. Crust is dynamic. If the continents are supposed to move in geological history of our earth, yes, the same would be repeat. These continents will keep on moving. These continents will keep on changing from their position on the earth crust at a particular given time. So crust is keep on changing. Now, as here you can see that the continents are actually moving, the land masses are actually moving. So Wegener, he cited that the continents are moving in two directions. There is a one pattern. Wegener tried to give a one pattern, and based on that pattern he provides some sort of insight regarding the directions and motion of the land masses. And he stated that first there is a equatorward drift, means the continents who were together. First, there was a movement towards continents. I mean, the movement of continents was there towards the equator. So, towards the equator, these continents started to move. That was the very first thing. So, he said that when the Earth used to rotate, there is a one force which is used to generate, and Wegener cited that that force was actually pole fling force. That force was actually pole fling. See, what I am telling you is basically the words of Wegener. These are not words of mine. Okay? These are the words of Wegener in order to justify his theories. So we will see later that how or like what are the flows in these particular. Have a deep insight or deep analysis of this. But whatever I am saying, just imagine Wegener is saying. Just consider me as a Wegener. So equatorward drift was there, and this equatorward drift was mainly because of the pole fling force, which later become a Coriolis force. Okay, and that is actually producing because Earth used to rotate. So Wegener cited that because of the pole fling force, the continents are moving equatorward. Okay. Second thing is what, that based on one more factor, he cited that the continents are moving westward. Means once there is a equatorward movements, and yes, simultaneously or parallel to that, there is also the movement of continents when the continents are actually moving westward. Here you can see from this particular pattern that the continents are moving westward, mainly westward. Okay, so like Wegener cited that the continents are moving westward because of the tidal currents. It is the tidal current who is actually carrying the entire landmass and its movement towards the westward, towards the west direction specifically. And that tidal current is basically the result of gravitational pull of sun and moon. So based on that two premises, based on these two set of forces, I would say, based on these two set of driving mechanisms, Wegener tried to attempt that how and what is the logic, what is the cause, what is the reason behind the drifting of these. So here we have these two set of forces responsible for the direction of the movement. However, if you see, there is a no particular motion when it comes to the movement or when it comes to the drifting of this. How? See, here you can see that the continents, first they are moving towards the equatorward. You can see the major part of Africa, you can see the major part of India, you can see the rest of the part of North America, West, South America, they are moving towards the westward. Okay, and yes, Europe is also moving equatorward. That was because of the pole fling. And yes, we have a westward movement specifically with these two land masses. So that is because of the tidal bulge. Now, regarding this, what we can say that here, if you see, there is no uniformity in terms of direction. I mean, at a particular given point of time, Africa is moving equatorward, South America is moving westward. So why there is a kind of dissimilarity when it comes to the motion or when it comes to the drift of these? Wegener haven't answered that particular, because during that point of time there was limited understanding as far as the modern geography or modern theories are concerned. However, Wegener tried to attempt that yes, this is how the modern distribution of continent can be in our Earth. He tried to attempt, he tried to justify that okay, in this way our crust have been supposed to dynamic drifting. So the reasons, the causes which has been propounded by Wegener were inadequate. And when it comes to the logical understanding, so when the one logic is working, so yes, same logic should also be applied in the same manner. But you see the direction of those continents, hope you remember, some were heading towards the equator, some were heading towards eastward direction, major of them were heading towards the westward direction. So why there is a, you can say, irregularity in terms of the direction? Wegener haven't answered that, because Wegener tried to attempt, he make theoretical arguments very stronger, but the causes were not enough. Means he was not able to explain that what are the causes behind. And when it comes to logic, so you have to give causes, you have to provide some sort of ideas or some sort of logical explanation regarding the origin, regarding the causes. However, Wegener cited some evidences, and based on his evidences, yes, based on his evidence, to some extent, theory of continental drift seems, yes, based on evidences which has been propounded by Alfred Wegener, we can say the continents which we used to see nowadays, they were the part of each other to some extent. I am telling, okay, to some extent we can. So yes, the reasons which are responsible for drift, means the equatorward and westward movement, not adequately mentioned. So reasons which were there, though they were logical, but they featured with the inadequate explanation. So lack of credible evidences were there, and as a result of these lack of credible evidences, this theory was criticized during that point of time. Scientists used to say that okay, it is just a kind of a story, there is no logic, there is no particular pattern in which we can predict or even we can reconstruct the history of continental drifting. However, this theory led to the foundation of modern theories, which we'll see in some upcoming slides, and that provide more insights regarding our understanding of our earth crust, our interior, and so on, regarding earthquake, regarding volcanism, etc. Now, despite inadequate explanation, evidences are there, and based on these